What is it that you've done in terms of preparing for the Learned Ladies?
I am costumes crew head, so that means that during the run of the show, I'll be backstage and with a little emergency kit of safety pins and needles and thread and all that jazz. So if there's ever any issues with a costume that an actor has, they can just run off stage and I'm there pinning them and helping them. But I've also been on build crew, so helping to actually make the costumes.
Mm-hmm. Now, how has the experience been just creating the costumes? Because with this particular show, these are some very intense costumes in terms of design.
Well, this isn't the first show I've ever done costumes. I've never sewn in my whole life, so this is the best show to do that because there are so many intricate costumes. So that's been great, and our costume designer, Christina, is the most patient person in the entire world. She's just been really patient teaching me how to work all the different machines, and so it's been a challenge. There was one night that we were here from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. just working on costumes.
Oh man, is that 8 hours? That's a full work day, isn't it?
It was a full work day, all right. Well, I mean, we did get an hour break, but
yeah.
Then we came back and got right back down to it.
Yeah, so y'all been working very hard on this then.
We have, especially Christina.
When did y'all start working on the costumes?
Well, Christina has work study students that come in, and they've really been working on it pretty much, I want to say, since the beginning of October.
Okay.
Really, is when the groundwork started and the designs started.
So I guess y'all have been doing them non-stop for about a month then?
Pretty much, yes. And this week was the week to get all the detail work in. So the costumes were pretty much finished this past Saturday. And so since then we've just been doing a lot of detail work, adding ribbons and fluffs and ruffles and sleeves and all that.
Now, how many costumes did y'all make from scratch?
All of these costumes, with the exception of some dresses, we've had a base. Every single costume has been made. Oh
wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That is very impressive.
A lot of the jackets are curtains and so yeah, she's been very creative. But some of the dresses, they've had bases. It's just been adding details.
Now, how many people have y'all had working on costumes overall? Just to guess.
I would say about 8 of us, maybe 10.
Okay.
There's been quite a team.
Yeah, that's a pretty big team, especially considering there's 13 actors and actresses in the show. Wow.
But we probably needed that many.
Yeah. How is your team size compared to the other backstage crews, makeup, lighting, and stagecraft?
Well, I'm not really 100% sure about the set crew, but I know that, for instance, props, there's only been a couple people. So I think costumes is one of the larger crews that we have.
So there's definitely a lot more people working backstage than on stage.
Most definitely. There are a lot of people backstage rushing around helping.
Do you think that the people backstage overall put in more man hours than everybody else on stage?
I think it is. I think it's equally distributed as far as hours go because this past Saturday we all had a work day. So the cast had to come in at 9 and they worked from 9 till 11:30 and then they braked for lunch and then they had to go back and paint the set. So everybody really has hands in, and a lot of the work study students are in the show as well. So we've had even some of the work study students sew their costumes and add detail work. So I would say that in this instance it's definitely equally distributed, especially since for me, just being costumes crew head, I haven't had to be here every night throughout the rehearsal process where the actors have had to constantly be here throughout it all.
Yeah. How much sleep, just because I know at least with Drew, the director, he's lost plenty of sleep working on the show. How much sleep do you think you and your crew have lost?
I'll give you an idea. Last night I stayed up till 4 in the morning studying for 2 tests. So that's been pretty much the way it's been. Staying up late, studying, cramming.
You say overall the show takes a very large priority in your academic life at the moment?
Most definitely. Most definitely.